Hey Ryan, okay, I'm gonna try to figure out how the best way is to help you with this voicing for Sarah's speech. Um, by the way, this is the sign she does for speech versus to speak, like actual speech vocally is this. So if you see this happen, this is her speech. So I've gone through the entire monologue in the script and I've compared it with her signs that she does on her video. And I've wrote down like markers that like placeholders of things that you would probably recognize within her practice monologue so you can know where she's at. Now I don't have the entire script memorized perfectly like you do, obviously. So I will be having to look down on my computer a lot. I've got all my notes right here. But for the first part, where she signs, "My name is Sarah Norman Leeds, the name I wrote faster than you can say, blah, 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 blah." You've got that part. Every time I've seen you do it, it's been perfect, especially because she pauses and looks at you before you're good. That's a very good line. So I'm not going to help you with that part. And if you're behind a little bit on that, it's fine because it's kind of funny because that's what she's saying is she can sign it faster than you can speak it. So the next part here, for all my life, I have been the creation of other people. The creation of other people, for that part, I believe she signs same. Like I've been like, and it doesn't really quite make sense. Let me pull it up on the video. Just because I want to be able to see it. But sorry, before I say that, backing up, that part where you say, where she says speaking for me, the very beginning, she doesn't sign speak for me. She signs take away, like take away her voice. And so this part is the end of that first part of the monologue. So let me watch it again here and see if I can give you the exact signs that she gives you. And also there is a little bit of discrepancy from her signs. Like she gets in everything in the monologue, but the second half of the monologue gets a little off at times, where she signs one thing first and then she went back and signed it. So it was still covered, but it definitely gets a little muddy. So I don't know if that was just a fluke when she recorded this. So it's not super clear, but I think you're still gonna be fine. So this next part, so when she starts this, for my whole life, so since all of my life, and so she signs you want me become same. That's the concept of I've been the creation of other people. So when she signs same, I was wrong, it's not this way. When she signs same, she's doing it this way. That's the beginning, the same as other people. And then the next part that I marked as an identifier for you, let me watch the video and see where we're at. The next part is when you say, and that was bad. So the first thing I was able to understand that everyone was supposed to hear and I couldn't, and that was bad. So she goes like this, like covering her ears, kind of childlike, as if, because she talked about growing up. She's like this, and then she signs bad, but I don't think she does it with her base hand. So it's not the normal sign bad that you know of. It's another variation, but she like flicks it out. So this and then bad was that I couldn't hear, and that was bad. The next line, then they told me that everyone was supposed to be smart, but I was dumb. I think you know the sign dumb on your hand, so she's like dumb. So she acts that one out. So dumb is the next marker that you can identify to know where she's at. And then she signs temporary, like temporary, short. This is a sign for short or temporary, but I was only dumb temporarily. So that's another marker that you can look for. But I had to be smart, had to become an imitation of the people who had from birth. Everything a hearing person has to have to be good. So just keep voicing through all that. Just spit it all out. The next part that you'll probably be able to recognize that is easy is the part that ears that hear. She points ears that hear. And so you know these two signs. Mouth that speaks, mouth, speak. You know that one as well. Eyes that read, she just signs reads. So showing her eyes. Eyes that read. A brain that understands. This part she's signing this. So it's designed for smart or intelligence, brilliant, bright, all of those things. So a brain that understands, she does like a couple times here. Let me watch the video and catch up, make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, so the temporary part she does like this. Yeah, temporary, I was right. Ears that hear, mouth that speaks, read. Smart. Okay, yeah, so that's the next part. So now within the monologue, we are at, well, my brain understands a lot, and my eyes are my ears, and my hands are my voice, my language, my speech. My ability to communicate is greater than yours. Okay, so well, my brain understands a lot part, she's like showing the audience. She does this to the audience of like, well, let me tell you, basically. So that's the part where you know she's starting there. Well, my brain understands a lot because she puts her hands up and then she starts to explain it. So she goes, let me see exactly what she does. She signs I'm smart, basically. My eyes see, she does that one. My hands are my voice. For that part right here, she signs hands, which you know that one sign. Hands are my voice, which she just throws up the signs. This is another sign for ASL or to sign. So my hands are my voice, what she does there. My language, my speech. She emphasizes the my language and my speech. So my, and she signs language like this, which is another version for it. My language, my speech. So you know where you're at when you see that emphasized my on her chest, and she's doing it pretty hard. My language, my speech, my ability to communicate is better than yours. So she signs my communication skills, and then she does equal, and then she shows it up here and signs better. So that part here is my ability to communicate is greater than yours, is as great as yours, is the equal. Greater, maybe. Greater, better, and then she signs maybe. She signs it pretty big. For the next part, because I can communicate with you in one image, an idea more complex than you can speak in other 50 words. Okay, so this part gets a little tricky. You're just gonna have to spit this out a little bit faster right here, because the whole point of it is she can do one short concept and make you say all of these big long words in this long sentence. So just know that this part you need to speed up a little bit, because I can communicate in one image. So let me show you, let me see what she does here again. So better maybe. Why? Because one concept. So she does here. So one, she says why, better maybe. So she's doing a rhetorical question, which is very ASL grammatical. This is perfect. She's signing it beautifully. It's just hard to translate. So why, my communication, and then she's gonna sign this big thing. So this is the bubble, the concept of in her mind, like what she's about to tell you. And she's providing an example here. Only need one sign to satisfy that. So that part right here, she signs only need one sign, and she throws it up into the air like this or like this. That meaning this beautiful concept that I have up here in my head, I just throw out one sign, and that's all that I need. In English, it requires all of this. So that's where she's at here. And I will put these videos, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna put the video side by side with me voicing it, and I'm going to try to overlap them within iMovie if I can edit it correctly and get it down to where I give you a whole voice through of all of this. But I will have to be reading the script because I don't know it memorized, and I want to give the exact words for you. So just know that that will be coming. This is not all you're getting at the end of this. Anyways, back to this. She does sign, okay, the part with 50 words. So just spit all that out. One image, an idea more complex than you can speak in to each other in 50 words. So 50 words, the sign for 50 is just 50, but the way she's practiced it and she's doing it is 50, and she slides it like all 50 of these words. So you know when you see this 50, that's where she's at. And then 50, and she's like blah with all this speech. So it's the same sign of to speak, but this she's adding here, and she's adding another one to emphasize all of these words have to come out, like 50 words for one concept. And then for example, she signs for example here, but she says for show, and she bounces it twice, which the English version example you might know, but this one is the ASL for example. So for example, we know where we are with that one. The sign to connect. Let me see where she goes here. For example, and then she does here. She does sign connect. So that's where we're at, the sign connect. That's pretty straightforward from the script. And she signs simple. Like, so we're here, and then this is simple. That's where we are there. Means so much more when it's moved between us like this. Let's see. And so she shifts into a role shifting here. So she signs connect, simple. And then she says a couple more things, and she turns over here, and she has this connect this way. So she's role shifting as if there's another person right here to show what the sign connect can mean with somebody else. So that part would be, it means so much more when it's moved between us like this. So that's part where you know here. Now it means to be joined in a shared relationship, back and forth in a shared relationship, to be individual yet as one. she does 1-1, individual. So you're an individual, I'm an individual. Become one is what she signs here. So that would be, and now, so now it means to be joined. Now it means to be joined in a shared relationship, to be an individual yet as one. And then the whole concept, so she signs whole, meaning all of this that she just set up, all of this whole concept, just like that. Then we're moving on to this next part, which gets a little tricky here. Let me scoot my page over because this is a different side of the page on my digital script. Okay, this next part. But for all my life, people have spoken for me. So this part's pretty straightforward. She does speak for me. She says she means she wants. All of that, she's signing Sarah's name signs, as if like she's role shifting, like Sarah says, Sarah means, Sarah wants. And so whenever you see the Sarah sign, you'll know that we're in the boom, 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 the 3 Sarahs, the 3 she's in a row. As if I were no one. And then she says, as if I were no one, and she drops down. So like this is like, let me see exactly how she does it. Hang on. Oh, I just lost my spot. There we go. Sarah means, Sarah wants. Okay, so as if I were no one, she points I, and then she takes it and she drops it down like this. So I'm here and then I don't exist, like I'm gone, as if I were no one. The part that I think she skips the next line is, if I were no one here, who could understand? She didn't sign that exactly, but then she kind of signs it again later, so she might have just switched the order of that. Just do your best. Until you let me be an individual, an I. Let's see what she does here. Okay, so she, until, the sign she's using until here. So it's directional. So until, where is it? Until you let me become an individual. What she signs here. An I. She points to herself again. And she emphasizes it really big. Me. So whenever she's pointing and she's mouthing me, but you're saying I, because she's role shifting in this. So anytime you see her do this, James should be saying me, even though she's signing I. So hopefully that doesn't throw you off a lot. Let me see. And then the next part, I will never truly be able to come, you will never truly be able to come in my silence and know me. What she does here is she takes who she is. This is the ball of a representation of who she is. She holds it out to you and then she pulls it back. So that part is, you will never be able to come into my silence and know me, and she closes it and locks it. Same concept as she did before. The next part, English wise, until you can do that. And so she repeats it again. She doesn't sign until you can do that. She repeats it and she says, until you let me be a me, which is conceptually accurate. That's what she's doing. I will never let myself know you. This part she does sign never here, so never, so you can catch up on that pickup cue. So I will, until you can do that, I will never let myself know you. And then she doesn't, instead of know you, she does know, and she points to you as the whole audience, so her finger slides across. Until that time we cannot be joined. Let's see what she does exactly here. So she signs until you finally understand. So until you understand. So until that time, basically, we cannot be joined. And she signs join can't for we cannot be joined. So that one will be pretty easy. The last line is we can't share a relationship. And all she does for that here is, so she signs we cannot be joined, we cannot share a relationship. And wait for her to do this before you say that last line, we cannot share a relationship, because that's 5 words and again, one concept. So she's doing it beautifully. It's just going to be challenging. But just wait for this. Like you can even say we, and then after she lets go, be like, cannot share a relationship. And so the timing doesn't have to be perfect, and people are going to know that you've memorized a script and she's signing it in a different language. So I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to try and watch the video and voice at the same time while reading the script, and just pray to God that I don't get totally off. because I have to switch screens and everything as well. So we'll see what I can do with that, and I'll try to give you like a run through, and what I will do, I will try to just do a split screen to where you can see the video at the same time that I am speaking this. Actually, I might stop this video and then do that so we have 2 separate threads. Okay, I will work on that.